In 1770, Boston was a city simmering with unrest. The presence of British soldiers, stationed to enforce unpopular laws and taxes, had turned this once thriving port into a powder keg. Tensions between the soldiers and the residents of Boston grew daily, with each side eyeing the other with suspicion and hostility. For months, the air in Boston was thick with tension. The colonists, chafing under the yoke of British rule, grew bolder in their defiance. Clashes between soldiers and citizens became a common sight, each skirmish adding fuel to the fire of resentment. The stage was set for a confrontation that would change the course of history. On the night of March 5, 1770, the simmering tension in Boston boiled over. A small altercation between a British soldier and a local apprentice quickly drew a crowd. Anger and frustration, long held in check, erupted as more Bostonians gathered, hurling insults, snowballs, and debris at the soldiers. In the chaos and confusion, a single shot rang out, then another and another. Within moments, 5 colonists lay dead or dying in the snow, victims of what would come to be known as the Boston Massacre. The blood of the fallen stained the streets of Boston, a stark and tragic reminder of the cost of tyranny. The news of the massacre spread like wildfire through the colonies, fueled by the powerful image of the event captured by Paul Revere. This portrayal, though exaggerated, inflamed anti-British sentiment and turned the victims into martyrs for the cause of liberty. The massacre became a rallying cry for those who opposed British rule, uniting the colonies in their outrage. In the wake of the massacre, the British soldiers stood trial for murder. Despite the overwhelming anger of the public, John Adams, a future leader of the Revolution, took up their defense, arguing that justice must prevail over passion. His efforts resulted in acquittals for most, but the damage was done. The seeds of revolution had been sown. The Boston Massacre was more than a tragic confrontation. It was a catalyst for revolution. The deaths of 5 colonists on a cold March night ignited a flame that would soon spread across the colonies. From the blood-stained snow of Boston, the resolve to fight for independence began to grow, setting the stage for the battles that would define a new nation. The foundation of American independence was laid, not in the legislative acts of Parliament, but in the blood of Boston's martyrs. Samuel Adams, end credits roll.